right, so we've got some different flowers here. Now, look in your book. I think it's on page 55. Okay. So, can anybody recognize any of these flowers on pages 55, 56, and 57? Let's see, Autumn?
The yellow one is the goldenrod.
Very good. You've got this goldenrod, which actually, it's just starting to bloom. There's still a lot of blooms left. So once it blooms, it gets really bright golden. So that's what the goldenrod is. You'll see a lot of this along the roads right now. Okay, Marissa, what's another one?
The white one is a daisy.
Right. We've got some daisies here. And let's tell you what, let's do this. Okay, and we're going to take the daisy, and where is it? On page 54. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to actually tear this apart. Okay, and let's see if we can find the parts of all right, each one of these, I am making a mess. Okay, each one of these petals has a very small green part on the end. What is that called?
Ray flower.
Right, this is called a ray flower. Who knows what this blue flower is? This real pretty blue flower. Chicory. Look on page 57. It's a pretty blue flowers of chicory. Are often seen among Queen Anne's lace, which I don't actually think we have any Queen Anne's lace here. But that would be a good thing to bring in. And then, we didn't say. So let's say, yeah, this is a rose.
That's a wild rose.
But let's say that these leaves here, underneath, what are they called? Look, you can look in your book if you need to.
Sepal.
Very good. Sepal is the part that protects the bud. So before it blossoms, the sepal is actually surrounding the blossom. Do you have everything? Lunch? Water bottle?
Alex, did you get both your lunches? Yeah. Good.
Okay. Just set it there. We'll get it. No. Set it by your desk. No. Set it by your desk. I don't want you to clobber someone. We'll get it. All right, so these are the sepal leaves. They protect the bud. And then, now a rose. It'd be good if I had like a lily or something like that. So let's look at this chicory. All right, so what are those tall, skinny things in the center? Stamen. Stamen are those long, skinny things in the center of your flower. Now the blue is called the petals. Now if we took the flower and looked right down in through the center, what is that called? The pistil. Think of the flower shooting a gun. Okay? Whatever you can do to help you remember. All right, please don't do the sound effects. I'm not going to be able to say anything like that. Okay? It's a science. Doesn't mean you shoot a gun just because you hear the word pistol. All right. So let's go ahead and leave your paper towel on your desk because we're going to need to use it. Turn in your books to page 59. So actually 58. So these are just some flowers that you might have in your garden. You've got chrysanthemum, So if you've ever heard of the flower mum, like you would say, yeah, we have mums growing in our garden. It's short for chrysanthemum. Cosmos, dahlia, marigold, petunia, phlox, salvia, and sunflower. Those are some common garden flowers. Okay, so on page 59, let's do some reading, okay? Because, yes.
My mom owns blossom mums. She just bought fall mums.
Yeah, they bloom in the fall. Okay, follow along as I read 3.5 about seed design. The four main purposes of flowers are to glorify their creator, to bring enjoyment to man, to provide pollen and nectar for insects and other animals, and to produce seeds that provide food for man and animals and a way for the plant to reproduce after its kind. So does an apple seed make a banana?
No.
No. Does a peach seed grow a plum?
No.
No. Every seed has its own kind. Unlike they teach evolution, the seed makes something else. That's not true. God made it so that an apple tree produces apples. Okay. Seed production is the important purpose of flowers for the plant. The seeds produced by the apple blossom are protected within the delicious fruit. Other seeds are protected by smaller, drier fruits, by cones, and in other ways. The primary purpose of the fruit to the plant is to get the seeds where they need to go. So the fruit is really intended for its seeds, basically. Seeds come in all sizes and shapes. One kind of coconut tree produces a 50-pound seed. That's huge. The largest seed in the world. The tiniest seeds are those of the African witchweed plant. Each of its seeds is only 1/1000th of an inch long. So if you take an inch and you divide it into 1,000 pieces, only one of those thousands is the size of that seed. Very tiny. The size of the seed is not determined by the size of the plant. Redwood trees are the tallest living things, and yet a redwood seed is only 1/16 of an inch long. So very small, the redwood. Page 60. Whether a seed is too heavy for you to lift or so small that you can hardly see it, there is one thing that all seeds have in common. Every seed contains a new living plant. And we'll see that in a minute. So let's talk about the parts of a seed. We've got 3 parts of a seed. Every seed has 3 main parts. The embryo, that's the baby plant, or the new plant. The stored food, that's so the baby can grow. And the seed coat, that's like the protection around the baby, or covering. So the embryo is the new plant. An apple seed contains a new apple tree. A corn plant is inside a seed of corn. You will never get corn from apple seeds, nor apples from corn seeds. You can plant apple seeds and corn seeds side by side in the same garden, where they will share the same soil, sunlight, and water. And the apple seed will always grow into an apple tree that produces apple seeds. It will never grow corn, squash, tomatoes, or any other fruit. God determined this at the time of creation when he said, "Let the earth bring forth grass, the herb yielding seed, and the fruit tree yielding fruit after his kind, whose seed is in itself." All seeds also contain stored food to nourish the young plant until it is able to make its own food. The third part of the seed is the seed coat. The seed coat is a covering that protects the embryo from injury until it is time for the seed to sprout. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I have these lima beans. This is a lima bean. I soaked them. So we should be able to take them apart. You can take the coat off, with like the shell, and then you'll see the baby plant, the embryo, and then what's left is the stored food for the embryo. So you'll need your napkin. I'm going to give everyone a couple different lima beans, and you can dissect